Hello and welcome to a video with me, Winner and Shades, where I'm now here with another video for a weekly Andrew series. And yeah, don't exactly have anything to talk about right at the beginning of this, so going straight to anime, I guess. So yeah, here we are. Don't even have that much anime to actually talk about this week for some reason. Just 5 things, and then Kaguya-sama BB, which I didn't actually know about until this week as the notification on MAL of it being added to the MAL database. So yeah, starting off, mieruko-chan, where it would seem that's my previous guess I had when it comes to Miku and the powers and everything, allowing her to see monsters and everything, was correct. And that she can basically see all the strongest monsters, while, like, Yulia can only really see the weaker ones, and can't see the most dangerous monsters and everything. So, yeah. And due to the fact that Yulia can't actually see the stronger monsters, leads her to think that Miku is doing things when she's not. Like, exercising the monsters, and when in reality it's just another monster actually eating another. So, yeah. Also, with this episode, it would seem that the 3 times that we had for the previous one is basically how many times those gods, I guess I'll call them for now, will save her. And she's already used up 1 chance. So she only has another 2 now. So, yeah. Going to take a guess that that last one is going to be used at a very bad time. But yeah, besides that, I'll be going on to the next anime, which is, of course, Mushoku Tensei, where Rudis and the rest of his group are now heading to the central continent and also dealing with people that keep challenging them on the way. Basically, Rachel just completely destroying absolutely everyone that tries to challenge them. But yeah, on a boat, going over to the central continent. And that's where we basically left off there. So yeah, this episode is basically heavily focused on Roxy, in which we got to see more of her past and everything, which is nice. In which, during this, we also get another family reunion. Seriously, what's with family reunions with this half of the season? Yeah. Roxy meeting her parents for the first time after she ran away. So, yeah. Great for that, I guess. In which, of course, her meeting her parents again after all this time, she of course learns that from them that Rudis stopped by the village as well, and that he's of course okay. And she kinds of puts 2 and 2 together and figuring out that Rudis's party is dead end. So after all that, she continues on her journey to try and find the rest of Rudis's family after finally actually learning that Rudis is actually safe. And also, before I move on, going to mention this as well. The contents that was basically skipped over so far during kind of around the time of Brutus's family reunion with Paul and all that, and Eris Redrud's goblin slaying quest or whatever it was. All that content is going to be in a special OVA that's going to be released in March apparently. So at least we're going to get it, I guess. Oh, so another nice little thing is The small little details in the background that you can see changing throughout the story, like differences when it comes to the village from when Urudis was there, like 2 years ago, I'm guessing at this point, and Roxy getting there. You can see small differences in the background of how things have changed. So, yeah, nice little thing going on there. But besides that, I'll now go on to the next anime, which is Tsuki no Laika, in which Lev has been released from prison because he basically is the one that actually saved Irina from dying and everything, and yeah. And also, no, Franz no longer officially exists. No one by that name exists anymore. I honestly don't know if he was actually a spy or if he was just going rogue, basically, and trying to sabotage the whole mission and everything. Not exactly sure on that. But besides, that's the beginning there. Irina has gone to space and safely returned, surprisingly. Now, I guess the story does need to continue, so not that much of a surprise, I guess. But that's basically everything that happened in this episode. But one other thing I want to mention when it comes to this anime is a little prediction I currently have, in which is that Lev is turning into a vampire after letting Irina bite him for blood and everything in the previous episode. So yeah, Lev is turning into a vampire, in which will result in him becoming another test subject like Irina. And the season's basically going to end with both Lev and Irina being the test subjects that are used to go to the moon. So they'll end up going to the moon together and may not return. Because, yeah, I'm not exactly sure if they would actually be allowed to return at that point. But yeah, don't really have anything else to say there either. So, and next is a slow life anime we have for this season, in which things seem to be picking up when it comes to the whole story, kind of, I guess. Basically, the drug that's going on that's causing a bunch of problems. Things are picking up when it comes to that now. And also, Danan has gotten to Zoltan. And of course, figured out Rit and Red, in which, just going by that interaction with that he had with Rit, I think it's safe to say that he's been compromised by that person we saw in the previous episode, and that he has probably taken that drug or something and it's completely changed him at this point. And I guess since I'm kind of talking about Danan, which is technically a part of the hero's party, I'll go on and talk about the other thing that happened, in which the hero's party, Ruti, um, exploring the dungeon that they're looking for, I guess, or something. And yeah, they found an airship. So yeah, I guess they're going to be traveling around a lot easier now. Don't know exactly how important that's going to be when it comes to the story there, I guess. But yeah, besides that, this episode had a lot more wholesomeness between Red and Rit, in which relationship between the two of them is ever so slowly advancing forward, which is honestly nice. I think I can easily say at this point already that this is probably one of my most favorites romance anime that I've actually seen. Doesn't beat out Spice and Roll for me, but it's still up there. So yeah, moving on to the Assassin Isekai anime that we have for this season, in which we seem to have basically jumped forward another year in the story, in which, of course, Maha has grown up even more, and also apparently has basically been already taught everything for the assassin stuff that Tarte has gone through, I guess. So, yeah. And we also see that Tarte and Maha, yeah, they definitely know how to torture people. I'm not going to say anything more than that. And also, um, the other girls from the orphanage, all of Maha's friends, have not been forgotten. And yeah, they're working in Luke's shop, which is nice, so they're safe, I guess, considering it's Luke's shop. And also, Luke is apparently been visiting Dia once a month, basically to get more spells and everything, I guess. Being his main reason currently, considering he basically sees everyone as tools still, which hopefully will eventually change. And also, right at the end of the episode, Luke has a wet dream, in which both Tarte and Maha quickly jump at the chance to be able to serve him in other ways. So, yeah. I wouldn't really know if that's a part of Luke's plan or not. Personally, I would say it's not a part of the plan, but it's a nice bonus, I guess. But yeah, next anime, kind of, as I said at the beginning of the episode, basically, um, Kaguya-sama Season 3 promotional video, basically. Yeah, watch that, which adapts the 110th chapter of the manga, which I think is basically the manga's announcement of season 1 of the anime, I think. Not exactly sure there, but I think that's what it is. And they're using that chapter to announce season 3 of the anime. So, yeah. Everyone in the student council is an otaku. Kaguya, of course, being the biggest otaku there. Don't have anything else to say there besides, yeah. Of course, full of references to other anime and everything. So, yeah. I'd say it's worth a watch despite it being a promotional video and everything. But yeah, that's anime for this week. Done. So, yeah. Games, I guess. I really haven't played that much this week. First off, I'm going to mention Devious World, considering I kind of mentioned that last week as well. Finished science stuff that was on the stay at home option, basically, staying on the computer. Because first choice when you pick science, you just got two choices. Finished all the ones on the first one there. Going through all the content there. So, yeah. Wouldn't say I'm exactly halfway through all of our contents, considering I think the majority of our content's on the other choice, so, when he starts working through all of that, I guess. So, yeah. Moving on. There. Lessons in Love. Updates 20 Part 2 with the Halloween updates. In which basically starts off with a costume contest between all the members of the manga club. In which you basically do get different dialogue for each of the characters, for each choice there, depending on who you choose. In which you also get 5 affection points for whoever you choose as the winner there as well. But also, one little bonus I will mention is that if you choose Molly as the winner, you get a bit extra information later on during this update. A little bit more information about her. So yeah, nice little thing there, I guess. Also, of course, we end up going to the bar with Santa so she can get her costume. And during that, with it being Halloween, Santa is getting help to run the bar. So yeah, of course, Kaori shows up and that ends up being the very first meeting between Yuki and Kaori. Or at least reunion, I guess. Considering Yuki thought she was dead all this time. So, yeah, don't think I actually mentioned it previously with the beach update when it comes to Yumi talking to Sensei about Kaori and us learning that she is related to her. So yeah, Kaori is Yumi's cousin and Yuki's niece. So yeah, I guess during this update, while we're not there at the bar, they kind of talk, I guess. Though Kaori doesn't remember anything, cause yeah. So, moving on to the main parts of this Halloween update, I guess. I won the lottery! Got 6 million affection points for Molly, and then immediately lost them all. Great! And another thing, I always kind of thought that Tsuneyo would be the most likely girl out of all of them to try to actually kill Sensei. And yeah, it would seem that almost actually happened. Considering he kind of had, I don't actually remember the exact name of it, but a sword katana thing, I guess, right up to his neck. Yeah, great. Also, at that point, I think is the first time I think I've ever actually seen some kind of emotion on Sensei's face. Which is basically just a look of disbelief, I guess. Trying to figure out what's going on. Because he has absolutely no idea what he just did, basically. Because, yeah, all the weird shit going on in this world and everything. And also, apparently, during this, we also learn that in the previous reset, basically, everyone in the class, at the very least, Molly and Tsuneyo, have basically apparently now been in the class for the entire year and didn't transfer in the middle of it. So that's one little change that happened as a result of the previous reset. That, of course, is kind of causing a few problems here. And also, I think the real Sensei is kind of actually really starting to realize that something's actually controlling him, kind of. So he may possibly start actually taking some things a bit more seriously. Maybe. But yeah. I'm not exactly having a very good feeling about the next reset. That is going to be happening at some point. Though we're going to get the Christmas update before we get to that, so it's a few updates away before we get the next reset. But yeah, I'm not having a very good feeling about the next reset, considering we're kind of getting warnings developer literally telling us to stop playing the game because it's only going to get worse. Which of course I don't really care because I'm enjoying the story completely. Kind of. I know everything's going to eventually just completely fall apart in front of me. And also, one last thing to mention when it comes to lessons in love is that in April and May, the beginning of the game is going to be reworked and basically brought up to the same kind of quality that the rest of the game is now in, which is basically just going to completely get rid of the 2D sprites and actually use the same kind. And it's going to be doing the same stuff that he's now doing in the game, with everything being renders basically, with 3D models. So yeah, I kind of previously talked about how I may want to try and make videos of lessons in love. So yeah, if I do actually eventually get around to that, that's going to be after that rework. So definitely no videos until the end of May at the very least, I think. But besides lessons in love, yeah. Today I kind of played the last 3 updates of Corrupted Kingdoms, with in which basically continued Roxy's story finally, and we also get Molly into the manor as well. And also in this newest update, more content is kind of added to the college, so yeah. Personally, I kind of really wish that developer for Corrupted Kingdoms kind of didn't update the game weekly, instead updated it monthly like basically everyone else, and does regular updates. Yeah, because weekly is just a bit too often considering the mixed where there's just barely any content at all for each update. So yeah, don't really have anything else to say at this point, because yeah, talked about all the anime and games. So yeah, guess I'm done for this video. So that is the end of this video. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.